Hello, this is Shalia Nelson. This is my second tutorial video for the new technology. This one is called Socrative. I have used this in different content areas. It is kind of an assessment tool. I've used it for like a quiz grade or just to like review and see what the students know. So if you go to Socrative.com, there is a free option. You get more if you go pro, but I just use the free option and it seems to work. If you need to get an account, you go to get an account. Teacher login is where you would go, and then when the students log in, is where you would log in at. See if I remember. So once you log in, with this, with the free, you only get one class. So, it kind of depends. Let's see here. You go up to your name, you go to your profile, you put your name, whatever. It'll ask you what organization, your school, what your role is, what country, all of that fun stuff. And then you can upgrade to pro if you want to. So up here where it says quizzes, these are all the quizzes I've done. I've done it for mainly for science, but you can do it for reading and other areas as well. Rooms is where you go to put all the students' name in and stuff like that. You only get one room with the free version, which is the only downfall, because if you have multiple classes, you just have to put them all under there. So I had 2 reading classes, so I just had all of them under one. So you can... So this one has activity, so that's what the little arrows right here are for. I'm going to delete it. Or I guess a default classroom can't be deleted, but you can... anyways, you can launch this, and I'll show you this from the student side too. So, quiz, you can do a quiz, the space rate, and exit ticket, or you can just do like a quick question with multiple choice, true, false, short answer. This would be something to maybe talk to your building principal about, maybe getting getting the pro for like the whole school type of thing. So I'm just going to click on quiz, stop current activity, yes. So you can launch a quiz that you've already done. So I'm just going to hit resources quiz. And then you can decide if you want to give them instant feedback or teacher paced or how you want it. And I always do require names just so I know who's what and they have to type their name in. So give them instant feedback. You can shuffle the questions, shuffle the answers so that it's not the same for all of them. And then they hit start. Then once all the students have answered, then you just hit finish, and then it gives you the reports, or you can view a chart. So this is really good for an assessment tool because it lets you know how the students are doing, if they understood the concept or not. If they didn't, then you can redo it or anything like that. To create a quiz, you go to under quizzes and then you add quiz. And then you can either import one or you can create one. So we're going to go to create one. Let's just say it's over continents. And then you can decide what type of answers you want. So do you want multiple choice, true, false, short answers? So we can do multiple choice. like what continent is Brazil on? And then you can have however many answers you want. So, oops. Europe. And then if you just want 4 questions, you can take one off. Then you hit the correct, which one's the correct one, and it'll highlight it. And then you want to hit save. So then it saves that one, and then you can keep adding questions to it. So then we're just going to save and exit, and then that one's under the quizzes. So then I'm going to go back to launch, quiz, stop the current activity, yes, continents, hit next, instant feedback, acquire, all of that, start. And then I'm actually going to open another tab and go to the back to the website again and do student login so you can see it from the student's point of view. This is where they would type in the room name, so you want to give them the name of the room. So like mine's Nelson Reading. And then hit join. And then they would have to enter their name. So and then you want to specify, do you want to just put their first name, first and last name? I usually had them put their first name, unless like last year I had 3 different Devons, but one went by a nickname, so I had 2, so I just had them put their name and their last initial. Unfortunately, no, those 2 didn't have the same initial. I had 2 that both were named Devon, both with the same last initial, so you kind of have to be specific what you want them to. So then it shows them the question, so hit South America, submit answer, it'll tell them if it was correct or not. And then it'll just wait for the next activity to finish. So then this is where, if you're like, you go under the quiz, it shows you on the teacher, sorry, I just switched to the teacher side. Shows you their name, if they completed it, what they got, how many questions they got right or wrong. You just have to watch if they exit out of it or not. And then you just hit finish. And then you can get the report, or you can view the chart. And then you have to just log back in. And then you can view the results, and you can get your results either by chart, you can email the graph, it tells you the percentages and detailed views, stuff like that. So it's a good little tool to read. I think or a tool to use for, you know, different content areas as an assessment tool. The only downside is there's only so much you can do on the free side unless you want to get the pro side. But again, that's something you could always talk to your school about, maybe getting a like the package for the whole school. I can't think of what the name of it is. Type of thing. The other thing I was going to show you, if you did the launch, like the space race, you pick the quiz, and then it's like a little race, or you can just do an exit ticket, and you tell them, you have them answer the exit ticket on their view. So if we went back to and did the student login, Nelson Reading, and then it just gives them 3 questions. So how well did you understand today's material? Say they totally got it. Ask them what they learned today. Submit answer. And then you can give them a question on the board and have them answer that question too. So whatever that question may be. And then you can just submit the answer, and then it shows you what they learned, all of that. And so, yeah. And you can do the quick questions. So there's a lot to do on it. I think the Pro gives you more. There's apps for it too. But just like I used it with my 2 6th grade reading classes, and it really worked. If you don't switch classes and you're teaching in the elementary setting, or you just have like one group, then it comes in handy. You just can't add your roster to it. The kids just have to add their name in. So for younger grades, it's a little bit difficult, but for maybe like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, it could work depending on how your school is set up. So this is Socrative.com. Thank you.